again, and welcome back to another episode of Factory Fresh. I'm Lee Bailey.
I'm Harjaan.
And today, we're going to be talking about a couple of interesting stories that have popped over the last little while. The first one is, and these are both on our PASMAG.com site, so if our viewers and listeners want to go and check those out at your leisure, please feel free. We love the web traffic. We love the traffic. Is Toyota...
Yes.
Has released or announced a new TRD Pro color for 2026.
Mm-hmm.
And this color is going to go on their TRD Pro models. And if you're not a Toyota stan, let me remind you of what those are. They are the 4Runner,
yep,
the Tacoma, the Tundra, and the Sequoia. So the big trucks and the big
off-roading.
SUVs. Yeah. So this year, it's going to be a pale shade of blue that's called Wavemaker. And if Wavemaker, if you look at this color in the story I've posted here on PASMAG.com, if that color looks familiar and you're someone who goes to SEMA on a regular basis, like as in 2024,
yearly,
that's when it debuted. It debuted in 2024 as an accent color on the 4Runner TRD Surf concept. The Wavemaker is a light blue, and on that vehicle, it was an accent color. So it wasn't the body color.
Yeah.
It was the accent color.
It was just like the logos, the tow hook, things like that, right?
Yeah, like trim.
Yeah.
Trim accent. The Wavemaker, the Surf concept was a darker shade of blue, body color. But if you look closely, you can see all the Wavemaker light blue kind of
trim. I'm looking at it. It had little tribal accents, like a livery sort of.
Yeah, that applies to these four vehicles. Some details. I'm just going to read a quote here from one of the Toyota folks who works at the Kelty. Kelty is a Toyota's design studio in the U.S., and they have an office in California, and there's an office also in Michigan, Ann Arbor, Michigan. And one of the guys that spoke to Toyota about in their press release said, quote, "With Wavemaker, we were inspired by unexplored areas of adventure, including extreme territory and even beyond Earth. Wavemaker expresses an elemental spirit that evokes images of glacial depths and the thrill of new frontiers," said Benjamin Jimenez, who's the general manager of Kelty in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So they want to give a sense of exploration of it has kind of a glacier ocean depths, like it has. It's blue, right? So you think of water, you think of
I think of more like vacation, like
surf,
water you can see through.
Okay, that's fair. Like I said, it was shown originally last year at SEMA as an accent color on the concept vehicle I mentioned. In past years, they've been going with a lot of earth tones. If you're a TRD stan, you will know that they've had last year they had Mud Bath. Previous year they had Terra, and these are all like various shades of brown or browny green kind of mud. You get your Tacoma covered in mud. Well, the color is already kind of muddy. So they've gone in the opposite direction with this bright blue.
Very bright.
These pictures on our story on PASMAG.com are the ones that Toyota supplied. So that's these, because these vehicles haven't gone on sale yet. They're not going to. By the way, if you're interested, all four of these vehicles in Wavemaker will go on sale this fall as 2026 models. Okay. So you see the group shot there, the two SUVs and the two trucks.
And are these going to be limited? Like
no,
Toyota's been limiting their
press release made no mention of them.
Pardon
me, being limited production. So I've been to the Toyota USA and the Toyota Canada websites, and it's a color. It's already there.
Okay.
So you can, because I believe these vehicles are available for order.
But it's only an option.
And
once
you can
you get
choose
to
it
that
as a color option, but it's not limited. Now, is there a paint charge? There might be. I don't recall. But if you go to Toyota.com or Toyota.ca, if you're here in Canada, and you want to do a build and price tool, it'll have the color swatches in there. You can see it.
Wow, that's wicked.
So yeah, so I like earth tones. We were talking off air about the current vehicle I'm driving, which I won't mention, but it's the same color as my shirt. It's got this green. It's nice.
Yeah.
But I love the blue. Don't you like it?
If you're off-roading, you could see this person a mile away.
Yeah.
You know, if you're stuck in the wilderness,
I think I really like it on
helps
the
to stick out.
Like the lead photo I picked for the story is the 4Runner, and I really there's a light bar in the grill there. You can see the lights are on.
Yeah.
It's got the reflection there in the water. Like I think the blue is a nice contrast to the. It's got some black trim you can see. I think it's a nice option because a lot of people are going to pick like I think Toyota one year had a color that was called like moon rock or lunar rock or something. It was like a gray, like a moon rock.
It's kind of like a Nardo gray, slightly.
Yeah, Audi
lighter,
Audi with its Nardo gray. Yeah, similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is a nice way to kind of, and they made mention of the fact that we've done a lot of earth tones in recent years, and we want to kind of move away from that. We want to try something different.
The only other bold color they had was like a bright orange, right?
Yes. When the Tundra was new about 3 years ago, all the marketing photos were bright orange.
Bright orange.
Yeah. And even last year with the Tacoma,
mm-hmm.
which was new in 2024, and even the 4Runner, you've seen a lot of orange photos of those vehicles.
Yeah.
In orange. And I'm like, yeah, you need to kind of mix it up. Shake it up.
I don't think this is too childish either. Like I don't see like older customers kind of swaying away from this.
Well, as someone who is older, I like it. I wouldn't be embarrassed to be seen in a nice Wavemaker 4Runner.
Yeah, that's nice. It's a handsome looking car. It adds to the curves.
Agree.
I think.
Agree. And they're putting it on. This is just to reiterate. This is the TRD Pro. So you've picked the TRD Pro trim when you're doing your build and price tool, or if you're at your dealership and you're building your order, you have to pick the TRD Pro model for each of these vehicles, and then it's locked to that specific trim.
Okay.
So you can't get the base model in this color.
That's nice.
Just
that's
to be
nice.
clear.
As long as everyone knows you see this color on the road, you know what they're driving.
It's TRD Pro.
Yep.
And TRD Pro is like top level kind of off-roading in the TRD hierarchy.
It's pretty much like suspension and accessories.
Yeah. Now, I've driven TRD Pro models in previous years of these vehicles, and I haven't driven the 4Runner yet, the new one. I've driven the old one, and I've driven all the other vehicles, the two trucks and the Sequoia, and the off-road capability is pretty impressive. They come with all-terrain tires. They have a higher ground clearance. They have, like you said, the all the off-road modes.
Yeah.
Different suspension tuning for off-roading, tow hooks, and that sort of thing.
I gotta say, seeing a 4Runner or any car without the front rock plate, it looks weird. It looks like it's missing something.
Most of the ones I see are jacked up.
Yeah,
like they got lifts on them, and they're older ones.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
The new one has only been around since the beginning of 2025. It's only been out for a few months, so I've give it a couple years. I'll be doing that too. But the older gens, jacked up and covered in mud.
Yeah, that's how you know it drives.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's a story I thought was interesting. It's on PASMAG.com. You can check it out at your leisure for all the details. But it's going to be hitting dealerships in North America, U.S. and Canada, beginning in the fall for these 4 models on the TRD Pro trim. So if you want to stand out a little bit amongst all the green and gray and black and other more, what I would say, less exciting colors that these cars come in, these trucks
muted,
come in, then go with Wavemaker. You know, strap some surfboards on the roof. Maybe.
I wonder how many we're going to see on the road in a year from now.
I wonder. We were talking before, like off air and just a minute ago, that these trucks seem to be popular in these neutral tones that aren't very noticeable.
Grays,
kind of blended.
Blacks, whites.
You see so many black versions of these vehicles, which is kind of I don't know,
boring.
The older I get, the more I like bright colors. I don't know if it's an age thing,
but
I like bright colors. When I was your age and younger, everything had to be black, man.
Oh, really?
Black wheels, black. Give me the Darth Vader special. Like I want black on black on black.
Drug dealer?
Well, just I like black.
Yeah.
I was into black as a young man. I think it's a young man sort of thing. Like I know ladies like black too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But among my friend group, we all wanted sports cars that were black.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
for some reason.
Waxing every weekend.
But now that I'm a little bit beyond my 20s, a little bit, I like bright colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the press cars that I drive because I drive a press car. I write about cars. I think I've mentioned this a few times on this show, and I review cars. And so every week I'm switching cars, and a lot of the time I will get excited, even if it's just an SUV, which is fairly ordinary. If it's in a bright color, I'm like, oh, yeah, all right,
It's because it's
and there's usually a paint option.
Yeah.
Paint charge, right? So it may be $1,000 or $800.
It's not a Rolls Royce. Like the max you're paying, I assume, is like 15.
You get into the German sports cars, it can be $4,000.
Yeah. Oh god.
But for regular cars like Toyota, Honda, non-Porsche, non-Audi, or BMW,
there's no color shift. None
it's like
of that.
$500. I'm like, for $500, give me the brighter color. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So and again, folks, check the Toyota website in toyota.com or toyota.ca for the if there is a paint charge. I believe there is for Wavemaker, so just check that out. But it's not crazy. It's not. Yeah, it's. I think it's less than $1,000. So
yeah,
not crazy.
Manageable. If you're already paying that much for the TRD Pro, what's another $1,000?
Absolutely. So that's Wavemaker for the Toyota TRD Pro vehicles coming in 2026. Harjaan is very excited, and I am too. I am not the Toyota stan that he is, but I like these. This is good. It's good. I mean, sign me up. So that's
what do we have
Toyota.
Next on the chopping block?
On the next is we have Adam Gordon, our PASMAG editor, and I, you were not on this episode. This was a few months ago. He and I talked about the end of the GTR, and in that conversation, he asked me about the next gen. Will the S platform come back to Nissan?
Yeah,
the famed S13, S14, the Silvia platform. Well,
what?
Not confirmed.
Okay.
But the new CEO of Nissan Global is, I'm just going to say it now, he is a Silvia stan.
Okay.
His name is Ivan Espinosa. He's the global CEO of Nissan. His story's on our website as well. I'm just going to bring it up here while we chat. And he has been trying to bring the Silvia back for a long time.
I mean,
so I said in my story, which is available on PASMAG.com, if ever there was a time when your prayers may be answered, Silvia stands, it might be now, because the global CEO is one of you. He is a fan.
Yeah.
And I was reading through some of the press materials. He became CEO in March of 2025, so he's only been on the job for 3 months, I guess, roughly. And
wow, already making waves.
He is trying to. He says, "I'm trying to make this happen." I'm just going to pull it up here, but he thinks that he can make it happen, and I hope he's right, because
I think that's tough. I feel like unless Nissan partners up with someone to either get the engine platform or the chassis, I don't think they'll be able to price it as aggressive as the market wants. The S chassis has always been known as an affordable, lightweight, underpowered, essentially underpowered, kind of like a Miata, but one step higher.
Yeah, and I kind of, it's a shame that Adam isn't here with us because he'd be great to talk about this as well. I hope Adam, please tune in and give me feedback in the office or on.
You'll see Adam in the comments below.
You'll see Adam in the comments. Yes, that's right. So I'll give you the TLDR. This comes to us via Motor One, and they also picked it up from Australia's Drive magazine. And Espinosa, the new CEO of Nissan Global, talked to that magazine back in, I guess it was earlier this year. I'm not sure. It doesn't say what month. He became CEO in March, so sometime after he became CEO.
Okay.
And basically, he was chatting about a bunch of things. It was a wide-ranging conversation. He was interviewed for the magazine. And basically, he said that they were working on something called an upstream exercise. Okay, I'm going to translate that for you. It basically means they're doing a business case, building a business case.
Okay.
And they do this for all their cars, not just for the S platform, maybe, which may or may not come back. They do it for all their SUVs and their trucks and their cars.
Making sure
they have to
ideas
build
are
a
feasible.
business case.
Yeah.
And so that has been underway. That's what's underway right now. He said, and I'll read the quote that he gave to the Drive, if I can find it here. He said, I'm not sure, quote, "I'm not sure we're going to do it, just to be 100% clear, but it's something that I would like to do if we can. I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to make it happen. It's not an easy case. It's not easy because the sports car market is shrinking," end quote. So there you have it. So nothing confirmed, folks, But to your point, he wants this to be kind of like what the S platform was, an affordable, tuner-friendly, enthusiast-type car.
Yeah.
And they feel like they have the Z, okay, but the Z is $50K and up, starting. This Nismo is almost 80 grand in Canada, and it's pretty expensive in the U.S. as well, as from what I understand. And obviously the GTR is out of production. There's no R36 yet. We'll see if the Hyperforce,
if that comes,
if the Hyperforce becomes the next GTR.
Yeah,
maybe. So and they've seen how many units Honda still sells of the SI. Honda still sells. The SI is a sedan.
Yeah,
but Honda still sells a lot of SIs, and the SI is under 40K.
Yeah,
it's got out of the box performance. You don't need to. I mean, people do tune Civics. Hey, Civic Nation. But you out of the box, it's got pretty good performance. If you don't want a Type R, you want to save a bit of money. So that's the thing, right? Honda realizes that the Type R 50K and up is going to
it's going to attract a different audience.
Sales volume is going to be small.
Yeah.
But the SI, which is about 15 grand less ish, 12 to 15 grand less, is going to have a bigger audience. And so I think what he's saying here is that if you read between the lines a little, as I tried to do in my story on PASMAG.com, go check it out, is he's going to try and see if he can tap into that market. And he knows that this is the 240SX, as it was known here in North America, and the Silvia, as it was known in Japan, is a legendary Nissan nameplate.
Yeah.
And you should lean into your best history. We see the OEMs bringing back old nameplates all the time. Or they renew, even if it's out of production, they keep renewing the trademarks. Because they know, like Dodge has renewed the Challenger trademark, even though there's no Challenger currently being built.
Exactly.
Because it might come back someday.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like as Toyota with the Supra, they kept those trademarks, and then it was gone for quite a while before it came back with the venture with
even the
BMW.
Corolla Axis. They had that for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, but it helps, I think, S13, S14, S platform aficionados that the CEO is in your corner. I'll just for further edification, just to tell you about Espinosa, who he was. He was before he became global CEO, he was like the head of, he was the chief planning officer, like product planner for the Nissan Global. So you talk about a guy who was deep in the weeds with product planning. This is the guy. So now he's the global CEO. He's got the title of the top boss, and so the time has never been better. He's not some accountant. He's a car guy.
The time right? has never been better for these ideas.
Yep.
But I don't think Nissan's in any place. Like if that merger had gone through with Honda and they were able to work with them, then I could see the S chassis coming back with a Honda engine in it. I don't see Nissan making unless they do something like Honda did with the Integra or Acura did with the Integra, how they just brought that name back, but essentially didn't bring any of the characteristics of the Integra back with it.
Well, I said this in my story, and I'll just, not to quote myself here, but I'll just say for a minute that as a way of kind of explaining this, Motor One, I read a Motor One story on this, and they went a little bit crazy. Like their headline basically said the car's coming back. I'm like, well, let's not. They're in the early stages of developing a business case, theoretical business case that could underpin its return. That's a long way from saying the car's been greenlit for production. Yeah. So Motor One was out over its skis a little bit on this, in my opinion. I said that in my story, which you should check out. But certainly it's good that something is underway, and this is very early planning. So the business case, early development work, which would include design, powertrain, basic core building blocks when you're trying to develop a new product, whether it's a car, an SUV, a pickup truck, whatever. So, and I said in my story that they do this for all their vehicles, like I said a minute ago. So we shouldn't get too excited about that. The one thing he has also ruled out, according to this reporting in Drive, is that he didn't foresee a 86/BRZ
partnership.
Supra /Z4 partnership. He said that I said that he appears to shoot down that concept in the story. Like if you read through and I encourage people to Google this if they want to read the other stories that I pulled from for this story. He basically I said it makes sense because these cars are so low volume.
Mm-hmm.
Like Toyota and Subaru working together, we wouldn't have the BRZ86 if it weren't for that partnership.
Yeah,
the development costs are too high. These cars don't sell.
Way too high.
When I was on the Supra launch in 2019, the product planner for Toyota Canada, he and I were chatting just off to the side after the product presentation. He says, "Lee, you know, if we had to do this ourselves, this car would cost $120,000, and we wouldn't.
No
have been
one
able to
would
do
buy
it
it
because no one is going to spend that money on a Toyota." They're not going to spend that money on a Lexus.
No.
So he says we needed BMW to keep the cost in line. Now, having said that, the cost of the Supra has grown since 2019, but it's still far below that kind of price. I mean, that's what you'd spend on like a Porsche, right?
Yeah.
He says we can't sell a Toyota for Porsche prices. We can't. We're Toyota. We're the car. We're the manufacturer for everybody, right? And so Espinosa sounds like Nissan, what they're doing here is not in partnership with anyone else. What they're doing here is just Nissan internally.
Which is a huge risk to take.
So you want to know about propulsion, guys. You might be wondering, could this be an EV or could this be a hybrid of some kind?
Okay.
Based on what I've seen.
Hybrid for sure. Right?
It could have some kind of hybridization. Motor One said in its story that they don't think it would be pure gas because if you want to sell it in Europe, we talked about this with the Subaru sports cars, which are not sold in Europe at the moment.
Yeah.
Their emissions are much tighter than ours. Like, it's very hard. Why the M5 now has a plug and it's a hybrid? Because they want to sell it in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
if it was pure gas, a gas V8, no, not happening. Now, they could sell it here in North America where our standards aren't as strict. But as soon as there's a change in administration in Washington, they could be more stringent. Right?
Yeah.
And these OEMs like to operate on the product planning, just for our audience, is about 5 years. Like before you see the car, under the surface, it's been in development for probably 4 or 5 years. By the time you see it, by the time you see by the time you see an early production model, is what I've been told is 3 to 5 years.
Wow.
Behind the scenes.
So by the time they pull the sheet off,
it's been in development for 3 to 5 years.
Wow.
Right? So that's the other question that people may have. Even if this were approved, even if
like
Espinosa
2030,
end of the decade at the very earliest, I would say. So, but if you've been waiting, like this car hasn't been sold in North America since 1998. So it's already been more than a quarter century. What's a few more years? That's my way of thinking.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not the hardcore. You guys, please feel free to tell us in the comments what you think. The S13, S14 stands out there. How, if this sounds okay to you, Adam, if you're out there, you know, let us know
in the comments.
You've already been waiting so long anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the 240 because I'm much older than you are. I remember them when they were new.
Yeah.
And they were rare, guys, even in the day when they were production cars in the U.S. and Canada. For every Civic or RX-7. Or you'd see 10 or 12 of those for every one 240. A 240 was a rare car.
Wow.
At least in
Canada.
In the Toronto area, which is where I've lived for most of my life.
Yeah.
You'd see them around. You'd see the first gen with the pop-ups, the S13, you'd see those. The S14 that had the
with
fixed
the
headlights.
Curved,
like the 94 to 98 era.
Yeah.
You didn't see a lot of those. Not many. Even now, like Adam, I think Adam is responsible for a good percentage of the S13s and S14s in Ontario. I'm just saying, you know.
He has a few.
With his two. I mean, he has two, right?
Only two, yeah.
Okay, and he's going to part out one of them. I was watching the pod the other day. He's going to try and make one car out of the two.
Frankensteining, yeah, a little bit.
And then he was saying, like, if a buyer wants the shell with some of the parts I don't use, there you go.
Yeah.
Good for you, Adam. Good job. So other stuff. The story also included the IDX Nismo and Free Flow concepts from like 2013. If you want to Google those, I put one of them in my story. If you scroll down to the bottom, you remember this little thing?
Reminds me of the what was that Honda that they were going to do, the full EV Honda, kind of like the same. It was like their homage to their first gen Civic.
Okay.
And then it was fully EV. It kind of looks like the exact same way. Very stumpy back trunk, rear bumper.
All of the coverage I saw about this story had these photos, and I had to Google I found these on Nissan's press site. That's where they came from.
Yeah.
And there's a 2-shot there at the bottom. But this is a decade plus ago. And I was in the early days of my time covering the car industry when these were new. And I'm thinking, so folks, don't think that this next-gen Silvia, if it comes back, is going to look like this. It won't. It won't.
Yeah.
They were saying that elements of this design could make it into the there were renderings out there that I didn't want to use because we don't have the rights to them. These are from Nissan's press site, so I felt comfortable using those. The interior shot is from the S14. So you want to know what the 90s were like?
Yeah.
There you go.
And I love how you chose the automatic version as well.
Well, that's the only photo that was available.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't find with the manual. And there's the first gen, the S13 with the pop-ups, the convertible, which is still a really nice looking car. It's aged well.
And the S14 that you're mentioning.
There. Yeah. So don't give up hope, S13, S14, S platform aficionados. Yeah. The global CEO is in your corner. The other thing I read, digging through his bio, this is an interesting tidbit before we wrap up here. I said Espinosa is a huge Silvia fan. He's been trying to bring the Silvia back for years. His career with Nissan began in 2003.
Oh.
Not long after the S15, which we never got. The S15 was only for Japan. It wrapped up production in 2002, and he's been trying to bring this car back for almost as long. Yeah, and he's been with Nissan for more than 20 years. Wow. He was the chief planning officer before he became CEO. So, guys, the global CEO is with you. He's trying. It's hard to find the money. The development costs are enormous. They would rather, I mean, they're dumb. Lately, I've been getting press releases from Nissan for the new Leaf, the 3rd gen Leaf, which is going to be an SUV, by the way. It's not going to be a hatchback anymore. I know. Everything's an SUV now, man. So that's kind of where Nissan is right now. So don't expect S platform news anytime soon.
Anytime. It's just an idea in the air.
But the very top of the company is with you.
Yeah.
He's out. He wants this car to come back. He's trying. Like I said, I read his quote. He's working on it. It won't look like this IDX Nismo. I doubt very seriously. But the speculation is that some of if it does come back, it could incorporate some of these design elements. But let us know what you think. And let us know what you think about our first story about the Wavemaker. That's all we have for this week. So for now, thanks so much for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments and reach out to us on social media. And we'll see you next time on Factory Fresh.
Stay fresh.